Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I'm currently on my mini summer break before my actual summer classes. I wanted to try out doing a reading vlog. So for this vlog, I'll be reading Kare First Love. I have all volumes 1 to 10, so thought that during this time, since I don't have any schoolwork to be worried about, I could just read and binge this series. And yeah, I'll be sharing my thoughts on it. Okay, so it is late in the night, 11:40 something, close to 12, but I have read up to page 134. I like it. Again, it's definitely similar to life in the sense that the main character, Karen, she becomes friends with her bully, mainly just because she's shy and she doesn't want to stand out too much. She doesn't have anyone else that she could really talk to, hence why she's with her friend. So she's friends with Yuka, who's her bully, and Yuka's just pretty much very stuck up. She thinks she's a good person, but she's really not. I'm past the point where now the main character Karen is learning more about the main male lead, Kare, and so yeah, that's taking off and whatnot. So far, if I were to rate it, I would give it maybe a 3.5, 3.5, possibly 4. Depends on how I see the ending of this first volume. It's interesting enough that I want to continue on reading it and see where it goes. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling about the first volume. Hello everyone. So I was gonna do a review on Kare First Volume 1 because I finished it last night and I started Volume 2. But before I even talk about Kare First, I want to do an unboxing. I know I said I wouldn't buy another book, but I recently just found out this website called Pango Books, and it's basically people sell books, you buy them, and they're really low price, discounted price. But I did order my first book from there because I also want to see from a buyer's perspective how it's like. And so I have my first box right here, and it's of a, well, I'll explain more once I show you, but yeah, the angle I know is pretty oof. Came in this Amazon package, but it's from Pango Books. Now we're gonna unbox it. There we go. So there's an anime of this manga that I ordered, but it's only 11 episodes. So I decided that it'll probably be better for me to read the manga instead and then watch the anime. And I've seen it so many times, because again, I love Ayazawa and that josei, josei type of mangas I really like. So I decided to get this, or just off to the side, you'll probably see it there. And I got Princess Jellyfish. Yes, and it's new. Oh my god, look at it. It really is in good condition. Look at that. Oh my gosh. And this is the omnibus. I was confused because I saw there was volume 1, 2, single volumes, and then I saw the omnibuses looking like this. But they kind of also look similar to the single volume, so I wasn't sure if it was that. Yeah. This is first page. Yeah, I can't wait to read it. Oh my gosh, look at the art style. So beautiful. It definitely reminds me of Ayazawa. And, I love these I think what I've been really loving so far on I guess manga journey is just the older mangas, those made in early 2000s. They have such distinct art. Can't wait to read it. Yeah, so I have the first omnibus of Princess Jellyfish. And it's completely new from Pango Books. So yeah, if you're thinking about buying from Pango Books, I definitely recommend it. This was $3. I mean, technically in total with shipping and everything, it was $8, but still a good price from what you would get on maybe Amazon, which would be around the teens, 14, whatever. Even thrifted books, this would be much more expensive, but Pango Books, $8. That's a clutch. So yeah. Okay, now I will talk about my first thoughts on Volume 1, Kare First Love. I think I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I really like the main character Karen, because I really relate to her, especially like in the past, like of just wanting to people please and being friends with people even though they're like not really your friends in terms of like how they act and how they treat you, and basically your bullies, you know? Like at least with Karen, she feels too shy to even like speak up for herself and feels a bit afraid because she's afraid of like, well, her bully, her quote-unquote friend, but really it's her bully. And Yuka's just like so territorial around the main male lead, Kare, and she's just like, he's my man and all this stuff, even though he's not, and he never claimed her to be like his. And so she goes to like extreme measures to get with him. Karn, even though she wants to speak up for herself and she wants to express how she feels and say like how the way, like she wants to speak up to Yuka saying like, hey, you know, the way you treated me is not okay, it's not right. But she can't because she feels so afraid and terrified of what Yuka could do to her. And I 100% have felt that way and have been in those situations, and I'm pretty sure maybe some of you have also been in those situations where it's like you feel so afraid to speak up to your like, you know, quote unquote friend, but you know that you need to say something and you know like what's happening between you and that friend isn't right. So I feel like the mangaka perfectly captured that, like those feelings and the emotion and just how that operates, especially like in a high school setting. But I feel like it also expands even outside of high school. I mean, people end up in those situations too, and it's like, you know, those tendencies of wanting to people please and wanting to have people around you and not wanting to get on the bad side of like those who are or who seem more powerful in terms of like maybe their character or status, you know. So yeah, that's what I really liked about volume 1. And I just love the main male lead too as well. Like he's just so cool. Like I don't know, like something about him is just so cool, and like the way he interacts with Karen is also very cool. Finishing the first volume, I was immediately like, okay, this is definitely like Life, because similar to Life, Karen also runs into another girl named Nanrin. She is very much encouraging to Karen, just like, I can't remember the characters' names in Life, but like it was the similar situation where the main character befriended this other girl who other girls at the school kind of felt like, oh, she's like stuck up, she's to herself and whatnot, but really she's just in her own world, she does her own thing and she doesn't mess around with anybody else or like tries to get into unnecessary drama. So volume 2, I've reached up to page 101, yeah, 102. I'm probably going to finish this in one sitting, to be honest, and get started with volume 3 probably today. That is my reading update thus far. So I just finished reading volume 2. It was really good. I like it so much. So now I got, hold on, I have to pull it up. Volume 3 here that I'm gonna start. It's like literally close to 2 a.m. But you know what? One chapter won't hurt. Or 2. Hello everyone. So I started volume 3 last night, but I stopped like at page, what was it, 73? So yeah, we're now at the whole, you know, typical shoujo summer, I guess, arc. I don't know what to call it, but yeah, summer phase. And yeah, it's really good. There's more to, and towards the end of volume 2 this started, there's more to Kiria's backstory, like who he is and his parents and all this other stuff. So it's really interesting learning about like that. I think it's progressing very well. Actually in my volume 2, or was it this one? No, it was in volume 2 that I noticed that one of the pages was actually ripped. Yeah, a big L on my part. I did not check the pages really thoroughly. But it's okay. It was like only one page that was ripped, and it was like mostly ripped like a small, like, it's not in this volume, but it was like just like kind of like here. I could still flip the page and whatnot, but I just had to be like very careful, you know. I really liked volume 2 especially. I think volume 1 was definitely like a bit like slow and more of like, I guess, an intro to like the story, and then volume 2 and the beginning of at least volume 3 so far have been really good. And so yeah, I'm having high hope for the rest of the rest of the volumes within the series.
question not in the right way. If you would like me to specify, I will. Like, it just...
The witness is correcting.
The witness was going off on the attorney. It's so interesting because he is, the prosecutor.
It's a lot later on in the day, and I've read quite a bit. Again, I ran into another page that was ripped. I don't know which page it was, but yeah, there was another page that was ripped, like, in the middle. Again, I can't really do anything about it. It's been, like, days, and usually there's, like, a, 30-day, like, return policy for like most websites, and I'm pretty sure it's probably the same for thrifted books, so I can't really do much about that. But regardless of it, in terms of like the plot and how it's going, it's getting really... I'm heading towards a place where they're gonna discuss a heavy topic. I feel like there was like only like kind of hints here and there, but I feel like I'm like at the point where like we're reaching that point of just the heavy topic being discussed, or like at least being portrayed in this volume. So there's that, but I'm pretty close like to the finishing point of volume 3, and then I will start volume 4. Oh, this one looks so good, so good. But yeah, and yeah, so I'm reading that. I didn't film for most of the day because it was just a lot of like housework, house chores. Okay, so I just finished volume 3, but I had to show this. Like, they have a whole advertisement for Hanaki and Me. This is so cute. Like, look at this. Oh my gosh. In its early days. But yeah, I just finished volume 3, and my thoughts on it. Yeah, the heavy topic in this one is definitely peer pressure, and it is just peer pressure and just like first times of just like, being in love and just surrounding like relationships and whatnot, and yeah, like peer pressure and also relationship like issues and whatnot. And so definitely like, yeah, it's like I was predicting, getting into a heavy topic, and did feel a bit uncomfortable to read. Not too uncomfortable that I couldn't continue on reading, but it was definitely uncomfortable in the sense of I could feel the main characters like stress about a certain topic and just not knowing what to do, but then also seeing from the other side how they felt. So yeah, it was very hard to read, but again, like not so hard that I couldn't continue on reading, because it was like emotions that I think most people would understand or relate to some capacity. Yeah, now I'm gonna start volume 4. I'll read this and then I'll probably eat dinner and then go to bed, continue on reading this, or no, I'll probably read a webtoon and then read this. So I'm gonna start reading volume 7, and I have volume 8 because I got through volume 6 pretty quickly, so yeah. So I finished volume 8, and now I'm on to volume 9, then I reached the final volume 10, so yeah, but I'm not gonna read this tonight because I already finished volume 8, crazy stuff happened, but yeah, I'll start volume 9, or most likely 10 tomorrow. So I am going to be finishing this episode of Hunter x Hunter in like some few minutes left. I didn't mention this earlier and I don't know why, but I have been watching Hunter x Hunter and it's been so good. Like, it's been really keeping me just emotionally stable, especially because now I like already started my summer classes, so there's that. But after I finish this episode, I want to continue on reading Kare First Love Volume 9. I have Volume 10 with me right here. So once I finish Volume 9, which I'm very close to the end, so I'll finish this and I'll start this, and yeah, that'll be how I will end the night tonight. Today was Eid, so like Eid Mubarak to anyone who's celebrating it. But yeah, my Eid was pretty simple. I mean, I just went out for the prayer, then I came home, made food, ate, took the, usual Eid nap, woke up, and then I had like a quiz to do for one of my classes. I'm gonna continue on watching Hunter x Hunter and then finish this series. Probably not by tonight, but at least finish Volume 9 and then start Volume 10. Wait, I'm sorry for the obnoxious flash, but if I turn off the flash, you literally will not see this, so yeah, it's gonna have to be like this. A little life update. I finished one of my classes, my summer classes, and I have another summer class that's still ongoing until like July 2nd or 3rd. Until then, I still have a bit more time than I did before to read, so I'm gonna finish Volume 10. I did some reading of it in the like last clip you saw, but that was like probably days ago. Well, not days actually, probably weeks ago. So yeah, I'm gonna try to finish it and then give my final thoughts on this. Okay, I'm gonna have to go with this style because I don't have my like headscarf, so this will have to do for now. But I finished Volume 10. I think this was one of the best volumes out of all the volumes. I mean, there are other volumes that I like for different reasons, but this one in particular I feel like is my favorite. Like, if we're talking general, this was one of my favorites. And I think it was just the way it ended, like, and just the reality of being in like a relationship and how it's not always two people are like absolutely perfect. Just seeing them navigate through their relationship is like so freaking cute. And then like the ending, and then like the little like short episode that was at the end of this, all of it was just so good, and I feel like it was nice. It was so nicely tied together, and I obviously don't want to say too much in case like anyone is interested in reading this, but I really think it's a very nice series of just like really about like your first relationship, first like navigating your like feelings with another person, trying to understand another person, trying to adapt to another person, and also at the same time figuring yourself out, understanding your own feelings about certain things. This series just dives into all of that so well, and I do feel like the main character, so Karen, the main female lead, she did have some personal growth, but not as much as I would have liked for her to have. I feel like she could have had a lot more personal growth. And then Kare, on the other hand, I feel like he definitely grew a lot and definitely matured a lot, but I think Karen, not so much. Like, just a little bit here and there, but then again, not so much. But one thing I am happy about is that she acknowledges that the ending in their relationship, specifically in this volume, was so real, and I'm just like, so cute, and like it was just really nice. It was really nice, and I really like this series. I feel like it has a special place in my heart. Honestly, it has a special place in my heart. It was just a nice read, and getting back into it was so easy. It was really nice, and I really love it. I love the characters. I love the way the story went, and yeah, the beginning. So first volume, I think I expressed this, was a bit like, I mean, it was okay, but I wasn't feeling anything strong. I didn't have any strong emotions towards the first volume. But then going into like the second and third, then things start to pick up, and like the story just progressed on so nicely and so well, and like again, each character I feel like got their own sort of shining moment. So yeah, if I were to rate this series out of 10, I say it's a solid, I'd say 9 out of 10 or 8.5, somewhere around there. I'll say 8.5 to 9 out of 10. I'm really glad I finished it, and yeah, I had the whole series, so that was really great. It was so nice to just have it all. That's another thing I realized too. When it comes to like buying manga, I realized that I like to have the whole series rather than to just have like singular volumes, because singular volumes, I either end up forgetting what happened in the previous volume, and when I have them all like completed, then I can just breeze through them. I think that's why I also like gear towards like older manga series, because they're like completed and I can just breeze through them without having to wait for like the next volume to release. But anywho, I'm just glad I have this, and yeah, and I enjoyed actually doing this reading vlog, even though this was very sparse. Ideally, I wanted to do this all in one go, like one day and then the next day and then the next day, but I only had like a few days off before my summer classes, and even those days weren't enough to read like this whole series, and I knew that. There's a lot of time in between from when I started to like now, so like this vlog is gonna probably be a lot longer than I anticipated, but that's okay. It's my first reading vlog, whatever. If you enjoyed this type of video, please let me know in the comment section below. I definitely want to do another reading vlog, and I think I'll do it of like another series that I have. I've been collecting a lot of mangas recently. I know I said it in my previous video, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna buy any more. Yeah, yeah, that didn't happen. So yeah, I'll definitely be doing a updated book haul, another reading vlog, and just more videos to come. This will probably be posted somewhere in July. I don't know when in July, but this will be in July, and yeah, many more videos to come. And I did see somebody commented about wanting to like, I guess, know more about me as a person, because I haven't really talked much about myself, and like I do vlogs here and there. If you guys are interested in a Q&A, please let me know. So I guess if you want a Q&A, if you want me to do a Q&A, put a pink heart emoji. Yeah, if you put a pink heart emoji, then I'll know that you, one, watched this video up until this point, and two, you want to see a Q&A. So yeah, and that is it for this video. Until next time, bye.
Boom.